Hello friends, and welcome to the video. So I'm doing some videos on the basics. Because it occurred to me that some of the videos are getting quite detailed, and I think it's a good idea to refresh what the basics are. So I did one about enlightenment, and I'm going to do about Advaita Vedanta. So Advaita Vedanta is it's a spiritual tradition that comes from India, thousands of years old, originally based on these holy scriptures called the Vedas, which most of them are fire rituals, mantras to achieve things in life and to go to heaven. But part of them are the Upanishads, which are the philosophical side, which tell you about your identity with the ultimate reality. So you are the ultimate reality. Now, this Advaita Vedanta, so Vedanta, the Veda, anta means the end, or the final conclusion of the Vedas, which is the Upanishads. So the Upanishads are what finally came out of all the Vedic literature. They were the finest part, the cream of the milk. And the Advaita, we've got Dvaita, which is dual, and so Advaita is non-dual. So it's a type of Vedanta which is non-dual. There are other types which are dualistic, but this is non-dual Vedanta. Now, the basic idea can be encapsulated. So it goes back a long time, clearly, but it was kind of brought together by a person, I think in the 8th century, called Adi Shankaracharya. And the basic message can be summarized in this phrase that says, only Brahman is real, the world is an illusion, and the self is identical to Brahman. So Brahman is the ground of being, the existence itself. It's Satchitananda, existence, consciousness, bliss. It's the thing which everything arises in, all of this. Scientists can go back to the Big Bang and everything. They can say this came from this and this came from this, but they can't say where existence came from. Why is there something rather than nothing? Because the scientists will always need something to put for it to come from. It's all within causality. Now, the idea is that existence itself is Brahman. And not only existence, but consciousness itself. This consciousness you are is fundamental. So everything arises in consciousness, and that's what you are. The mistake that we make is that we think that we are the separate self, and this makes us unhappy, etc. And the idea, enlightenment, is to realize that you are Brahman. You are everything. I covered this in the previous enlightenment video. So now, why don't we see that we're Brahman? Why don't we see this? It's because of Maya. Now, Maya has two roles. It is ignorance and error. So the ignorance is you forget you're Brahman, and then the error is that you project a different interpretation on what you see. So you are actually seeing the real reality. You're seeing Brahman. You're seeing God. And by the way, Brahman is even deeper than God. It's what God is made out of. Is God's consciousness is Brahman, and the same consciousness that you are. As Krishna said, he was looking out of everybody's eyes. It's the same consciousness looking out of everybody's eyes. Now, so this Maya, this error that we make, is the same as in a dream. So you go to sleep and you forget that you are in bed completely. So there's that ignorance imposed. On top of that, you project the dream world. So you, instead of seeing it as your mind, as your consciousness, you see it as a whole load of separate objects and things. So that's that. Now, Maya, within Maya, it also imposes time, space, and causation. So all of that is within Maya. You are outside of Maya. Maya is an error that you make. They give the snake and the rope analogy, very famous. You walk out into the dark night, a rainy night, and you see a snake on the ground, and you're scared. But somebody points out to you that it's not a snake, it's a rope. So then you realize, oh no, it is a rope. It's not a snake. I don't need to be worried about it. And that rope, this error that you made, you didn't see the rope and you saw the snake. Instead, you imagine this snake because of past experiences with snakes and, going back. Now that the snake, now this is getting a bit technical, but the snake was never, the snake never existed. This is Mithya. This is the error. It's the illusion. It's neither real nor unreal, because it's not real because it's an imaginary snake, but it's also not unreal because there's something there. You're looking at it. What happens is the rope lends its existence to the snake. So what you're seeing, the existing thing that you're seeing, is actually the existence of the rope. And that's what happens here. Everything we see borrows existence from the ultimate reality of what it really is. And we see it as something different. Now, the snake was never produced by the rope. The rope didn't change in any way to make the snake. So it wasn't like the rope built a snake and covered itself with a snake to protect itself. The snake was never there. It never came into existence. And when you realize that it wasn't a snake, the snake didn't disappear out of existence either, because it never existed in the first place. And that's the idea of this Maya, of space, time, and all that that's happening within you. It never really did exist, and it will not have to stop existing. You just see the real truth, and you see that what is really going on. And this is liberation. Because if time, space, causation is within you, then you are beyond all those things. You are limitless in time, space, and object. They also say it's non-dual, so there is no second to you. They use this analogy of gold and ornaments. So the very substance of everything, this is what you are. Whether you see the name and form of a ring or of a bracelet or a necklace, the fundamental reality on a deeper level is it's all gold when you see beyond the names and forms. And that's what we see here. In Advaita Vedanta, we see that everything is Brahman. The steps to do this is to realize that the self is illusory, that you have an ego that's claiming things. You have a bunch of thoughts, and some of those thoughts claim other thoughts as being theirs, claim things as being theirs. This is the function of the ego. It says, that's mine, that belongs to me. And this identity that you feel you are, this person, is created. Now, when you see beyond that, you as a separate person disappear. And you realize that you are the ultimate reality, completely safe, the peace that passeth understanding. So I hope that was clear. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.